Let's go fishing. We've been out filming all day, Courtney and I. We just got back. A little breezy. But it sure is nice. Hold on, we'll get everything set up here real quick. You guys got me just as I walked out of the house. That's when I turned the phone on. I didn't even have my tripod set up yet, so that's what we're doing right now. So bear with me. Hey, what's up? There you guys are. Let's fish for a few minutes. Talk amongst yourself. How's everybody's Monday going? Is today Monday? No, today's Sunday, right? You guys, I don't know. Seriously, yesterday was Saturday, the game was on, today's Sunday, right on. Senior day up on the hill, celebrating the 20th anniversary. Hello, everybody. How's your Sunday? I'm throwing around a skirted grub. Right off my dock right here. It comes right up where DOT didn't dredge. There used to be an island right here, just to my west, and there used to be another island right there, just to my east, years ago, back in the, well, I guess it would have been the 50s, probably. That wind is stiff. She's right out of the west. So Courtney and I took a ride today around the lake and filmed a couple locations. We're putting together a little welcome video that will go on the website. And we went and stopped into the 5 measuring stations. Burr, it's freaking cold out here in this wind. I wanted a nice quiet 15 minutes to sit here and talk. Instead, it's freaking, I'm in my jeans and my hoodie. We took a ride around the lake and laid down some video footage for a welcome video. I already said that that will be on the website, on the Walleye Fest website. And we just, kind of took our time, and we pulled into the top of the hill convenience store on the corner of 49 and 13 right there, up in the northeast corner of the lake, north of Sylvan Beach. And Courtney and I had been inside, and we just come walking out to the truck. We sat down. We'd stopped to I wanted something sweet, and when Danny and I were doing the job out there in Sylvan Beach, I never stopped in there, but it's a really nice store. But the sign outside said milkshakes, and I'm like, oh man, I want a milkshake today. Well, they don't use the milkshake machine in the wintertime. So I got in there and I was like, whatever. So we come out and we get in the truck, and I look over. I'm driving. I look over past Courtney in the passenger seat, and there's a truck next to us, And the guy's looking back at me, and I look over at him, and he holds his phone up, and he smiles, and he's pointing to the phone, then he points to me. So I roll my window down. He goes, I'm watching you right now. I go, I said, stop it. You're kidding me. He goes, it's playing. It starts playing. It was yesterday. And he goes, I listened to the other day on the way to the Salmon River this morning. I'm like, oh man, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. It's so awesome to see and hear. And like, he goes, I was just driving by, and he goes, I saw you. He goes, I knew it was you. He goes, I saw you. He goes, I pulled right in, and here I am. I go, that's awesome, dude. And he goes, yeah, I was fishing on the Salmon River today. And he goes, I'm down here looking. I'm looking for places. He was driving around the lake, looking for places to rent for Walleye Fest. And I'll tell you, everybody, if you're coming from out of town, I can tell you already, better start making your reservations fast, because things are going to fill up all around the lake, all around the lake. And a lot of these lodging places don't realize what's coming, because I haven't even been able to reach out to a fraction of them yet. You know, this is all brand new. It's funny, it's brand new, but it's not. This is the 44th year. Like, we're doing this Lions Club Derby, and back in the 80s and early 90s, they averaged 3,600 tickets a year over an 11-year period, all the way through the 80s into the early 90s. Then the year that they had the most, and I have all the records, because, like I say, I took over the Lions Club Derby, and this Walleye Fest is the Lions Club Derby. Like, there's not going to be another derby out there. That's what we are. And in 1991, they had 4,300 tickets sold. And like I say, I keep saying I want to break that record. I want 5,000 this year. I want us to break the all-time record the first year of Walleye Fest. And we're planning on that. And we're preparing a show for that many people. Like, it's if you think small, it is small. You think big, it is big. And there's only one way to think. Why would you think any other way? Nah, I only want just a little bit. You know? No, I want it to be awesome. I want everybody to have the best time ever. The best time. So he's looking for a place to stay, and I hope he finds it. I've got multiple friends that every time somebody books something, they're like, hey, they send me a text or something. Hey, I booked it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's like the fishing circus has come to town, you know, and my neighbor from across the river. What's up, Mike? My friend Mike from Boat Deal. It's funny, I know a lot of people around here. Not everybody. I've lived here a long time. That air is, I'm hoping the microphone dulls the sound of the wind, but it's gnarly. Let's see who's with us. Let's go up on, you'll be amazed at how much difference. Stay with me for a second. We're gonna go up on the upper deck, on the veranda. And there's no wind up here. Well, there's a little wind, but not much. Oh, and I can put my rod down for a second. Oh, my other one's still down there. All right, I'll go grab it. I'm not throwing a jerkbait into a stiff wind. Thanks, but no thanks. All right, let's see who's here. Bob Halstead. Rumble Seat, Stephen Eddy. Hello, sir. Merlin, what's up? Wiz. Rick Menzel, Eric Wisniewski, Gary Walters, John Burrows. John Burroughs still at the pool. Everybody, John Jiggin Rat Burroughs. If he ever comes home from Florida, you all saw him last spring on multiple videos. Sends all of us in a group text, all of us that are living up here in this. See all that white stuff behind me? Sends us a video of 85 degrees and him and the and the whole pool full of people hanging out, being cool in 85 degree weather. And I immediately unfriended him. He left me no choice. What else was I supposed to do? Jiggin Rap, he doesn't even know if he's coming home for Walleye Fest. He's like, I don't know if I want to leave Florida that early. He goes, it might still be cold up there. What a sissy. What a sissy he's turned into. Keith Horns, what's up, my brother? Jim G, scratching that itch, huh? I consider going to the pier in Brewerton to do the same. Listen, you know, I don't know about this river deal right here because it's an outflow. Like I don't know that they come down in here to spawn. Typically, spawning runs are upstream. You know, I would assume on the other end and every little creek that goes in. But this comes out, so I never really know. I've caught more walleyes here off the dock in the last couple of years than I have in all the years I've lived here. I have no idea really, and I drive over them every day when I go out and beat the waves up and in the lake. I fish in here once in a while, but I think it's just confidence. I just don't have the confidence in here that I'm going to do and find what I have out there. And so I always go out there. What's up, Tim Graver? Larry Melnick. Good afternoon. Can't wait for Walleye Fest. Walleye Fest is rolling like a train. Will you please catch a damn fish? No shit, Bob. It's crazy. We've talked a lot, guys, and this is not how I expected my winter to go at all. I expected to be in an ice shanty really daily, and I suppose I could have, but I never really felt great out there. I wasn't in any danger. I wanted it to be colder, longer, like all of us, and be able to get something set up and figure something out and really fish it. And then I didn't get to do that this year. So we wait till we have open water, which it's coming. The whole middle of the lake today, you know, I said Courtney and I drove around from just east of the islands, the whole middle of the lake and all the way tight to the north shore. The south shore's got ice on it, still out, you know, in some spots, half, 3/4 of a mile. The north shore, the open water is right to shore, right up tight. You know, if you could have got a boat out of Godfrey, kinda, if the water was higher, because you wouldn't have got out of the pond at Godfrey, because it was almost bare rock out there. That lake is low. My lower step is barely covered with that much water, and normally it's up to your waist. So that's 3 feet. Let's just say 3 feet, solid 3 feet. That's a lot of water. So I forgot what I was saying, so we'll keep going here. Scott Duranda, what's up? Bob Halstead says, I would guess around Pulaski they could put up a few fishermen that weekend if they need to. Of course, you can go farther away, and I'm sure there's stuff down, and guys coming from the east will probably stay somewhere in the Rome area. They could certainly, and make it to the lake in the morning, no problem. You know, but George Parson, how are you? No fish on upper deck. No fish down there. My fingers are freezing. Rumble seat. No, each ticket needs its own person's information. You can buy multiple tickets, but you have to put individual people's name and information in each ticket. So, no, you couldn't have two in your name. Stay toasty, bagel boy. Larry Kelly, you're not funny. We got a foot of wet snow Friday night. Ugh. Yeah, I lost my mailbox again for the second time for me. My neighbor got his, and it didn't get hit by a vehicle. It was just It was just the plow, and the plow didn't hit it. The plow threw that. We got really heavy, wet snow, and it weighs a ton. It's like throwing a bucket of slush at somebody. It ripped the freaking mailbox right off the post, which was just taken off by a garbage truck not too long ago, and that's a brand new post and everything. That's like everybody that lives right here on this stretch of road that I live on, our mailboxes are down multiple times a year by somebody or something. It's amazing. It's amazing how many of them I've fixed, you know. David Gould, how are you? I'm ready to get my kayak out. Yeah, I was looking. So that new issue of On the Water magazine that I was showing you guys the other day, that I have a subscription to, they had their kayak preseason kayak edition, and I've never been in one of the new. I fished out of my old kayaks, which are just cheap Walmart sit-in kayaks. They're not fishing or anything. I just happened to fish out of them. That's the only kayak fishing I've ever done, and it was a blast. You look at some of those new rigs, and they're beautiful. I would like to go. I would like to go and get in one and try it out. Don't get me wrong. I like my boat, but everything has its place. And those kayaks look cool. And I've seen them down in the saltwater, down Raritan Bay. Those guys out striper fishing with them in the spring at night, trolling with them, you know, with the pedals or with the electric motor. Like, they're cool. I think those things are bitching. But that magazine had a big. I just thought about that. I'm not sure why. Go here, got my kayak out. Don Terry, what's going on, buddy? What happens if the weather that weekend is too dangerous? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's not going to be, but, you know, you can't. You have to decide when the time comes. There's nothing you can do. This is like guiding. Clients book a date, and you put your finger on a calendar, and you hope for the best. And that's what I do. I always hope for the best. There's no reason to think that I mean, I can think of some years. I don't know if my old fishing buddies out here, Woody and Ryan, are listening, but in the old Starcraft, we went out of Spruce Grove one opening morning during the Derby. This would have been back in the, I don't know, early mid 2000s, early 2000s, and it was gnarly. We ended up coming back in, caught a few fish. We ended up coming back in, and it was an east wind, and we trailered down to Godfrey and went out of there, which was a little bit better. But listen, if you know, we make those decisions when it happens. You cross that bridge when you get to it. We can have all the plans we want, but we have to see. Mike sounds good in the wind. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I'm this year, as soon as we're back in the boat, in the open water, like, everybody will be mic'd up. I really am focusing this year more on the technical stuff and making sure that it looks good, you know, for everybody. Mimi, at the fishing station, will they be taking a picture of the fish so that everyone knows? Yes. Yes, they will. If someone has a lot of money, there is that new development in Sylvan Beach, the Cove, maybe $1,000 for a weekend with a boat. Yeah. You know, and it's funny. That's really not bad, honestly, if that's what it was, and I don't know what it is. God, where could you go? Where could you go on a beautiful lake, a beautiful fishing lake, and get a couple nights rooms in a boat rental on the water? Man, that'd be worth $1,000. A couple people go, and then all of a sudden it's hundreds of dollars each. Oh yeah. Yep, that sounds like fun. I looked over the festival map and I can't figure where to park. Parking will be all taken care of. It'll be It'll be on street. It'll be off site with shuttles, shuttle service. It's all in the master plan, my friend. All in the master plan. All right, everybody. Well, 20 minutes in the cold. I think we'll call it a day. Have a great evening, and I'll see everybody tomorrow morning somewhere. Keep your tip up.